Hello, hello. I know I'm a little later than usual, okay, but whew, whew, where's my now they sitting right here in front of me, okay. You see me digging in the box, okay, for the lens wipe, okay. But rather than just use the lens wipe, oh no, I gotta wipe it on my clothes, okay, all the traditional ways before I will grab the obvious, the most effective. Okay, am I the only one that does that? Anyway, so matter of fact, I need to get all my alcohol out of here, so let me clean these too. Pretty much all they are is alcohol wipes because that's all you smell is alcohol. Anyway, I have been watching Lady Zelda and I got to go back in and finish watching her, okay? Um, my pain pills have taken effect because I have or I am starting to do content for my other channel, okay? That's my original channel. And I'll be doing content over there. Annah Aries, if you want to follow it, okay? Annah Aries, yep. And got my sage burning. Yeah, I got it burning. So she had to pull out the big book of bull. And you know when she pull out that big book of bull, okay, she's not playing. Okay. It's time to get down to business. And so I was listening to her as to why this case was taking so long. So I just want to ask right now, just in general, okay? We're going to use Nancy's favorite, Van Gogh, okay? And ask, has the case gone cold? Okay. Hi, Denise, Rodinia, Ramona, Denise. Whose message? I got the message for closed caption. And I did get that. I was just thinking about it yesterday, too. And it's one of those things where I just have to sit down and eventually I have to get to putting my mind to it. You know how that is, okay? And it may take days, it may take weeks and months, okay? But when it happens, it happens. But I've been thinking about it, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Michi. Hi, Tea Cake. Yeah, is that you who sent me that? I read that. He went on Cash Patel. Cash Patel went on Sean Hannity. I don't watch TV, and I certainly don't watch Sean. And said Nano refused help. Cash had aircraft waiting to take blood to lab. Nano has to be on. He has to be in on the crime. Well, here's the thing. When you sent me that message, okay, I was thinking, okay, because this is a federal case if it's kidnapping, okay, they did get ransom notes. Can't the FBI automatically take over the case? They need permission. And then he's talking about how all the help he hasn't refused all. Okay. He hasn't refused any help. Okay, when they telling you he refused help. Now here's the thing about that. Okay, I know. Wouldn't that make them side eye? Why would you refuse help, especially out there in Pima County? You don't have no high profile cases. A high profile case, you need all the help you can get. Okay. But anyway, I want to ask the cards. Okay, so I was wondering if they could do that. Okay. Or is it like their jurisdiction or something? Anyway, okay, what can you tell us about Nancy Guthrie's case going cold? Okay, Nancy Guthrie's case, is it going cold? Okay, what do you want us to know? What do you want to know? 4 cards, because we don't want to go through the whole tableau. We want 4 cards. Is Nancy Guthrie's case going cold? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Okay. Nancy Guthrie. Cold case or not? 4 cards. 4 cards. On the bottom, the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, so the Queen of Swords in reverse. Losses, disappointments, feeling trapped. Ooh, that's not off to a good start. Okay. So, what do the cards say? Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, feeling trapped, okay? The Ace of Wands, that's action, okay? So it also gives you the feeling, which it gave me before, that they're using some type of creativity. They're getting more creative, okay, with this case. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, there's abundance, okay? Now, if I was to say a direct yes or no, these would be yes cards, okay? You do know that, right? Okay. And then we have the Two of Swords in reverse, okay? And these swords are not together, which means nothing, okay? Because in reverse, it is a decision. This talks about an imbalance, okay? This talks about stress and confusion, okay? And yeah, and it's a lot of it. And the Three of Wands, okay? That's also, so these are all, except for this card, okay, in reverse. Other than that, these are yes cards, that it is turning cold, okay? However, what the cards are actually saying is they are getting creative, okay? And there is maybe an abundance of information, evidence, okay, that's going on, but there's confusion, okay? So there's confusion, but they got a plan. There's a plan. Talks about growth. The Three of Wands talks about growth, creativity, okay? So I think that what is going on is they feel the confusion. I think there's a lot of confusion going on with the case as far as the public is concerned, okay? But as far as the investigation, I think that they're getting more creative, okay? And there's a plan for the man, okay? Or there's a man with a plan, or a woman with a plan, okay? So, with that said, four cards. Will the case get solved eventually? Okay. What is the energy behind Nancy Guthrie's case being solved? 4 cards. 4 cards. Nancy Guthrie's case being solved. 4 cards. What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Will Nancy Guthrie's case finally be solved? What do you want us to know? 4 cards. 4 cards. Okay, 4 cards. Will the case be solved? The Hierophant in reverse. Thanks for the $10. Thank you, Sharon. Okay, that was very generous of you, and it's greatly appreciated. It helps this channel to grow, okay, and it helps me to grow. Thank you very much. Okay, I know that's right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Okay, it made me forget what I was doing now. Shoot, $10. That's a whole 6 wings. I don't know how much Wingstops cost, but I ain't paying no more than $10. Okay. So the Hierophant in reverse. Now that talks about. Hold on. That's Temperance. Let me get my cards together here. These little things are so tiny. Okay. I can't read the writing. I'm just going by experience. Some kitty treats. Ooh, my kitty. Keisha, Tasha, y'all get some treats. I just read that. Kitty treats. Oh, I just gave them a treat. You gonna spoil them. I just gave them. Who is this? Oh. Oh. Oh, that's my order. Oh, Lord, honey. They didn't okay. Oh, they don't even have. Okay. Let's see. Okay. That was my shopper. Yeah, made me forget what I was doing. The Hierophant in reverse. I'm missing it here. Rebellious, non-conforming, breaking tradition, ignorance. Ooh, not ignorance. So the Hierophant is number 5. And you can't even if I could read the words, I couldn't see it because they have it typed over something. So there's ignorance. Let's go to the book. Okay. That's not telling me nothing. Nothing's registering. Okay. The Hierophant, number 5. Number 5 in reverse. Oh, it signifies a detour, a roadblock. It's talking about keeping an open mind, okay? But this, yeah, okay. This is talking in reverse, okay? Is not going, not having an open mind, okay? Um, Sticking to tradition by not having an open mind, okay? Now, it also can mean going against tradition, okay? We can look at it like that. Going against the old ways. Okay. So let's look. 4 cards. 4 cards. Interesting. Interesting. 4 cards. 4 cards. Will this case be solved? 4 cards. Okay. Now on the previous one, we got is it a cold case? And we got all these yes cards. Okay. We got the Hierophant in reverse. Now, I would say the Hierophant in reverse, okay? Well, this is a yes card. I believe it's a yes card. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't tell me here. Hold on. Let me see if it's in the back. Doesn't tell me. On some of my cards, it'll tell me, but this one it's not telling me. But it's okay. We're going with the flow. Oh, sorry. Okay. There we go. First card, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Now, this is slow motion. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So it's telling me that it's stagnant. It's slow moving. Okay. Justice. Okay. Seven of Swords. Someone's trying to get away with something. Someone's trying to hide. And the Six of Pentacles. I get an impression that there's going to be justice, okay? But it is going to be slow moving. It's going to take some time, okay? We have to get past the trickery here, okay? We got to get past this trickery. The Seven of Swords, okay? The Seven of Swords, okay? Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Giving and taking, generosity. Advancement, good fortune. Okay, yeah. It's going to take some time. We're going to get past this trickery. There's a lot of deceit going on. Ooh, there's a lot of deceit going on. Now, who would be deceiving? Well, we got a lot of people, okay? Quite a few, okay? More than our share, more than we need. Okay, I don't know why I asked that dumb question, but we're gonna ask it. Who is being deceptive? Okay. A diverticulitis flare. Oh, Durant. Praying for everyone going through it. Yeah, prayers going out. Divert. I divert diverticulitis. Okay. What's the feeling? Oh, you looked at my other page, Ramona? Yes, I'll be back on there because that's my original channel, and I am going to be back on there, okay, with different things, okay. And the thing about it is, I want to share because there's a lot of things when you get older that they don't tell you until it happens. Okay, you don't hear about it. Maybe some of the stuff you hear about it. Oh, your health is precious and all that. Okay, we know that. We get that. Okay, eat right. We get that. But there's certain things going on like retirement, uh, 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 Medicare and stuff like that, and Medicare parts A, B, D, and C. Okay, Yeah. Okay. That they've confused. But I can tell you and break it down for you in the simplest, just a one or two sentences. Okay. Yes, boo. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Four cards. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so we have resistance. So they're going against the government. There's resistance. Okay, and okay, with the deceit, the trickery going on. I'm telling you. What was the question? Oh, I didn't even shuffle, did I? I was asking, okay, gonna ask a question. Okay. What can you tell us about the trickery going on in the Nancy Guthrie investigation? Okay. Somebody's trying to get away with something. Okay. Can you elaborate? Okay. Can you tell us who? Can you give us more information on who or what they're trying to get away with? What is going on with the trickery? Okay. With the deceit in the Nancy Guthrie investigation? What is the deceit going on in this investigation? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? Thank you for your answers. Okay. What do you want us to know? Tell us something. Tell us something. My other page is just vlogging. It was makeup tutorials, skin tag removal. Okay. It was an assortment of things, but it was a vlogging channel. Okay. I did get ready with me. Okay. Outfit of the day, all kind of stuff. Make who tell? They okay, and okay. So he told you, the Jews told you that they told him something and told him not to tell. Really? So why did he come on here and tell you that he was told not to tell? So why even tell that someone told you not to tell? Whatever it was, he ended up crying. Child. Okay, so wait, what is going on? Okay, see, I didn't forgot. Shuffled again. What is this deceit going on in Nancy Guthrie's case? Well, you want us to know, and thank you for your answers. And sorry for getting distracted. Okay, but Nancy Guthrie, someone's hiding something. Someone's trying to get away with something. What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Someone's trying to hide. Mhm. Someone's trying to hide. There's betrayal, there's trickery. Okay. The bottom of the deck, okay, is the Nine of Wands. Okay. The Nine of Wands. It's kind of like when you look at this card, it's like a distraction. There you go. It's like a distraction. Yeah. So there's some determination here to distract you from what's going on, really going on. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Six of Pentacles. Okay. Six of Pentacles, generosity. There's something going on with money. And the Hangman. And the Hierophant in reverse. This also talks about sacrifice. Yep. Wow. That's crazy. And the Two of Swords. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. So what's really going through my mind is like they're trying to hide the fact that the mama, okay, was sacrificed, so to speak. There's family disputes they don't want you to see or know about. They don't want you to see that they didn't hung their mama out to dry. You see, he's hanging there. Back in the day, they hung you out for all to see, making a statement, okay, to the peoples. This is confusion. And this is family disputes, loss. The Chariot, okay? Loss of direction, loss of control. Ooh-wee. Now, this is interesting. The Fool. and the King of Cups. The Page of Pentacles. Is overshadowed by confusion, stress, imbalance. The Page of Pentacles. The High Priestess in reverse. The family disputes. The loss is overshadowed. Well, it's not overshadowed. The High Priestess is overshadowed. The High Priestess is in reverse, and so is the Ten of Pentacles. That means that the loss of inheritance, the family disputes, is coming out. It's coming out. They try to keep it secret. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. That talks about poverty, regret, and the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is overshadowed by the Fool. The Page of Swords. There go Chatty Patty. Communications. And the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is overshadowed by the Page of Pentacles. Now, this talks about new opportunities, new beginnings, an offer, money. And the Strength card is in reverse. This talks about inner conflict. About money. and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So the Magician in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. The Ace of Wands, okay? There you got your passionate, okay? Determination. And the Queen of Swords in reverse, which talks about losses, feeling trapped, and disappointment. Now, it came to me just now that I noticed when I throw these cards in regarding to this case, okay, I do not get interpretations of an outside person. I don't get I get family. I get jealousy, manipulation, greed, okay? We got these pinnacles going on, okay? You see what I'm saying? I don't get somebody, okay? I don't get revenge. Revenge has came up, but not like jealousy and deceit and manipulation and family, inheritance, disputes, family disputes. What I'm getting is that what we can't see, it's being hidden, okay? And that is the jealousy and deceit and manipulation that may be going on in this family. Everything's alleged, okay? My interpretations and your entertainment, okay? But I get the feeling, okay, because every time I look at these cards, now I'm thinking, I'm not sure, okay, because I got this King of Cups, and the King of Cups usually represents to me is Cameron, okay, it's Cameron. The Queen of Wands represents, for me, Annie, and the Queen of Swords represents Savannah, for me, okay, and I have all three of them. Not to mention, we got the Three of Cups, okay? But I have all three of the children in here. I don't even have a mama. And it's just like that movie, okay? Let's throw mama off the train, okay? I never saw the movie, but I always remember that title. And it seems like this is what's being hidden. This is who's trying to get away with something. This is who's throwing up the smoke and mirrors and don't want you to see. That's why you don't hear them complaining. Hey, Dottie. And then Savannah is being thrown up in it because it's more believable to think that it's some crazed fan that's obsessed with Savannah and wants to get to the mama. I mean, it could be a possibility. The possibilities are endless in this case. Okay. Say, that's the thing. And they keep bringing up Savannah, Savannah, Savannah. Savannah's mama, okay? Savannah's sister, Savannah's brother, okay? Not Nancy's children, but Savannah. And this is all being surrounded by Savannah, okay? Yeah, okay. They don't want you to see the Indians. That's the thing. They don't want you to see the Indians. Hello, Dottie. Good to see you. You know? And then at the same time, got the nerve to not want to be bothered. The hermit in reverse. Okay. That's somebody don't want to be bothered. Okay. How you not want to be bothered and your mama gone? She missing. And you don't want to be bothered. You hiding from the cameras and all this kind of stuff. Everybody looking at you, your mama missing. When you should be getting on the bandwagon with everybody else. Hi, She-Mane. Yeah, I don't get an outsider. I've gotten the family, okay, from the get go, okay. But the cards, the thing about it is the cards keep coming up, okay. So, I mean, because here's the thing inheritance keeps coming up and the money. What does an outsider who's obsessed with Savannah get out of it other than some kooky belief that whatever is in their mind? But this right here has been coming up that inheritance, money, somebody who is obsessed with Savannah is not concerned about money. How they gonna get some money? They didn't already send ransoms. They don't have proof of life because we know the lady passed. We know the lady passed on them, okay? So they're not going to get any money. So if you're not going to get any money because you can't prove that the lady, you got the lady, okay, what's the sense in keeping on with the BS? They don't know who you are. Walk away. Go to another state, another town. You can, whatever, okay, go visit and come back, whatever you want to do, because they wouldn't have a clue. They wouldn't have a clue. Not with this sheriff. They could take the Greyhound. They ain't too broke. They could take Greyhound. Okay. Who stands to profit from Nancy Guthrie's disappearance? Good question. Let's ask the cards. Who gains from Nancy's disappearance? Who gains from Nancy's abduction, disappearance, kidnapping? Okay. Who's gaining? What's the gain from Nancy's disappearance? Four cards. Four cards. What's the gain from Nancy Guthrie's disappearance? Four cards. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Nancy's disappearance. Who's to gain? Who's to gain? Four cards. Four cards. The Lovers in Reverse. Well, let's look up in the good old tarot guide. Okay, let's be fair. The Lovers in Reverse. Okay. Oh wait, the Lovers in Reverse. What's the Lovers card? I forgot the Lovers card. Oh, here we go, right here. Okay. We got an out of balance, codependent relationship. Okay. Four cards. What do you want us to know? Who's to gain from Nancy's disappearance? Okay. Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. We got the Lovers in Reverse. And we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so it's trying to tell us something. It's trying to tell us something. Six of Swords, okay. Wanting to move on to calmer waters. Okay, let's look at the book, Six of Swords. We want to get deep into this. We want to get deep. This talks about being released mentally and emotionally. Okay, you want to be free. You want to be calmer waters. The Lovers in Reverse. That makes sense. Okay, calmer waters. Okay. This card can be interpreted literally or figuratively. A healing journey may take place within you or may be tied to a physical journey. Undertaken to give yourself distance and space. Okay. There we go. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Oh. Missed opportunities. The Knight of Pentacles. Expansion. The Three of Swords in reverse. Along with the Lovers in reverse. I believe the Three of Swords in reverse talks about healing. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. There's loss, there's missed opportunities. Okay. This is wanting freedom, wanting to get away from losses. Okay. At the same time, feeling that you have missed your opportunities to travel or do whatever you want right here. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles who wants to expand. And heal at the same time. Let me look at this Three of Swords in reverse. Uh-huh. Okay. So this right here in reverse is releasing. Okay. A release of pain. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. It's funny because throughout the readings, I either, if I'm watching someone, I hear it or I see in the cards where it talks about recovery, wanting to be free. Okay. And you'd be like, who wants to be free? Who feels tied up? Now, who's the only person out of all them three kids that would feel tied up and not being free? Right. Exactly. Exactly, Denise. Exactly. Okay. Hi, got change. I think uh I think that if there is corruption in this case, okay, which I would think allegedly it would have to do with the investigation, okay, not being done right the first time, okay? Shoddy detective work or whatever you want to call it, okay? And I feel like, hey, okay, I feel like that's because this is the norm for them, okay? But they they mess with the wrong case. They mess with the wrong person, so to speak. Okay. This stuff has hit the fans. Okay. And at the same time, they talk about even themselves being inexperienced to handle this type of case. This is something they're not used to. They don't have the experience. And when the experience comes, it is denied. Okay. It is not reciprocated. And at the same time, okay, you have a family that is in despair because their mom is missing and finding it hard to believe that their own, maybe a sibling, family member, close family member, even though they're not close, has something to do with it. Because that is going to bear truth on each and every one of those kids. Why wasn't I there for my mama? Whichever way they want to think about it, okay, they all were not there for their mom as far as just common sense. Okay. Common sense things like the paying the subscription for the ring cam, getting an alert bracelet for your mom, okay, moving in with your mom, having somebody move in, okay. It's not going to do you any good to move down the street from your mom who's 84 with a pacemaker, bad health, and in pain. It doesn't add up. Okay. If somebody's there with her, they can hear her fall. They can hear her call. Okay. You see what I'm saying? If nobody is there with her, there's nobody to do that. Even if they living in the guest house, somebody should have been living with that lady. And she didn't even have an alert. I've fallen and I can't get up. Okay. See what I'm saying? It's too late to lock the barn if the horse is already gone. Okay. And now they want to lock the barn, but it's too late for all that. Savannah and said Cameron was mom's protect. Right. Okay. Right. How? How? Okay. Now, that is easy to plot and plan. You don't need a crazed fan to target that woman that's living by herself and nobody's coming around enough, okay? The lady from the church had to call and tell him the mama's gone. Vermont. He lives in Vermont. He lives over there on the East Coast with Savannah. Okay? Okay, so with that said, oh wait, sheesh, I'm messing with y'all. Forgot I had a delivery. Wait. Oh, yes, boo-boo. Okay. Okay. So the way the case is going, you can't help but sit down and got to think about it because something is not right. It just doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. Okay. Well, no, it wouldn't add up. They don't want you. They don't want it to add up. That part. don't want it to add up. Just like, they not stupid. They know this ain't adding up. This ain't making sense. The Apple Watch that she left at the house, okay, and the iPhone have alerts on them. But you have to prompt it, okay? When you fall, if you're not wearing your watch, what good is that going to do you? Okay? If somebody grab your arm, okay, what's that going to do you? Okay, but while we wrestling, I can press that alert button, okay, and a signal is going to go off. And if I don't answer the signal, they sit in the po-po. You see what I'm saying? I know she had an Apple Watch. You could do 911 from your phone. Okay. But if you in the house, okay, how close to a phone are you gonna be? Okay, if you fall down on the floor and can't get up. It's just don't hit the same as an alert break necklace. Yeah, they're fearless and they have little common sense because all they can see is money. Right, she didn't have a chance. That's the whole thing about the alert bracelet being on you, the alert bracelet, the alert necklace being on you. So if something happens, okay, or something like that, you can press the alarm on there, okay, or you may could have it set up where you can call. That's what they need to do, okay. And mom, are you there? If they get no answer, we head over there. I mean, with the money we had, with the money, okay, my mom would be hooked up. But still, and even if she was hooked up, I still couldn't see just her being there with nobody. I couldn't see that. And in that big old house, and in her health condition, no way. No way. Okay? The fact that even if she was 84 years old in perfect health, she should not be living alone. Anything can happen at any time. A heart attack, a stroke, trip and fall, off balance, okay? Even if she was in perfect health. 84 years old, anything could freaking happen. Oh yeah. Funny they had the system on the house now, okay? What can Nancy tell us? Okay. Nancy, what can you tell us in the cars? Talk to us, okay? About the events, the circumstances surrounding your death, the cause, what caused your death, or your abduction. Okay, what? Okay, I know you told us before. Tell us more about this energy surrounding your abduction. Okay, tell us more. Tell us more, and thank you for your answers. They're done. What do you want us to know? Tell us some more about your abduction. Okay? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, stop. Woo! Okay. It just crossed my mind. She being funny now. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they thought she was the Wheel of Fortune, honey. Okay, just spin her around. Spin her around and pick a vowel. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I don't know if that just had a sense of humor for me, okay? Someone left a hose running, and you mean to tell me that the water company was alerted? Mm. Now that's a good traction, Dottie. What are they protecting? Okay, but let's ask. Okay, we got this deal right here. Nancy's talking to us. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and for some reason it just swooshed through me that they just thought she was the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Six in Pentacles. Okay, the generosity and the judgment. Okay, so maybe she had come to a conclusion. Okay, and the Six of Swords and justice. Okay, so it's kind of telling me that they came to the conclusion, okay, that they could move on or do something, okay, advance themselves, okay, through her generosity, okay, and the Nine of Pentacles the Nine of Cups in reverse. But there was disappointment, okay, there was disappointment. They didn't get what they wanted here. And then death in reverse. And the Empress. So it's kind of like telling me her generosity had something to do with her death, okay? And I can understand that. And that there was a judgment, a domestic, okay? Hidden agendas, yes. And the Seven of Cups in reverse. So they had choices, okay, to move on. And the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, wanting to walk away. And the Emperor in reverse. Two of Pentacles. There they go. And the Ace of Swords. So they were having issues at home, and they came up with this new idea. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay. They wanted to get their money. They wanted to get what they wanted. Okay. But it was an illusion. We got the Seven of Cups. Okay. It was illusion, but this was their idea. The Hermit in reverse. Okay. They didn't want to be bothered. Okay. They wanted to walk away. No repercussions. And the Hierophant. Oh. And what nothing she can do about it, okay? This is what I'm saying, because even though she wanted to live by herself and he understood that and respected that, okay, they need to bring awareness for seniors, like some kind of class, some kind of awareness, okay, about getting to a certain age and living by yourself, okay, and getting some kind of help. Now, the thing about getting help is, okay, good help is hard to find. I understand that, okay? However, even if it's a roommate situation, okay, you don't need to be there by yourself, okay? You don't want nobody to find you rotten 2 weeks later, okay, before you're discovered. And it happens all the time. People have been laying up there dead, okay, for a whole month because the family members don't come around, don't call, don't see how you're doing. And neighbors. A lot of people don't have neighbors like they used to. People don't talk to their neighbors like they used to. And if the neighbors don't smell nothing, they ain't gonna say nothing. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Thank you for the gold coin for Jules. I don't know what that means, but I don't see you guys are playing a game or something like that, but I can't see it. I just enabled it. and the Fool. And who's overshadowed by the Fool? The Two of Pentacles. And Strength in reverse. The Eight of Wands in reverse. So it's like, okay, they couldn't get what they want soon enough. It was going too slow for them. Okay. And the Three of Swords in reverse. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah. So there was disappointment, probably because maybe she wouldn't agree to what they wanted or whatever. There was disappointment. They're feeling trapped because they got all these bills, supposedly. I don't know. Okay. And everything. But what's getting me is this particular row right here. This not getting what you want, the Emperor in reverse. Okay. Corrupt and dishonest. And the Hierophant in reverse. Okay. And the Queen of Swords, okay, feeling disappointment and trap, okay. Hmm. Okay, so I can see that, okay. They weren't getting what they want, okay, and they had this big bright idea, okay. She was being generous, and they probably felt some type of entitlement, okay, entitlement. So Nancy, can you tell us if any of your family members, your children, okay, had anything to do with your disappearance, the reason for your disappearance? Did they have anything to do with you being abducted? Okay? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? Did your children, any of your children, have anything to do with your abduction? Okay? Okay, did any of your children, wait, I just forgot. I got to go get my stuff off the porch. Did any of the children have anything to do with your disappearance? Okay, thank you for waiting. So, did any of the family members, okay, have anything to do with your disappearance? The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Family disputes. Family disputes. Losses. Okay? Ten of Wands. I mean, Nine of Wands. I said 10. Clearly says 9. So they were determined. There was some determination there. And we got the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords, okay, represents ambition, single-mindedness. So there was somebody that was determined. Four of Swords, okay? Now, the Four of Swords talks about needing a rest, okay? Or rest. Wait. Okay, needing a rest. The Four of Swords in reverse is even more amplified, meaning you have to rest. Okay? So we have completion and determination, okay? And the Knight of Swords. Ooh. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. Now, the Knight of Wands in reverse, setbacks, arrogance, and recklessness. Okay? And the Chariot, loss of control. And it was hidden. And the King of Cups. Oh, the King of Cups. Oh, my. And the Nine of Swords in reverse. Ooh, and the Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Lovers. And the Two of Wands in reverse. And the King of Pentacles. So we have the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. And the Star in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse. Ooh. The Strength card in reverse. and the Hangman. The Page of Cups in reverse talks about emotional immaturity, okay? And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the Six of Pentacles. And just like with the Lovers, there's the Two of Pentacles, okay? I want to do one more row. All this male, masculine testosterone, okay? Temperance in reverse. And the Page of Swords. And the Knight of Cups. And the Seven of Wands in reverse. And the Three of Cups once again. Now, who went to the Olympics? Who went to the Olympics? Tommaso. Oh, really? Okay. That's what I thought. Why didn't Annie go with him? I noticed that I keep getting the Lovers and I keep getting the Two of Coins. And the coin in this card, okay, because the Two of Coins, okay, it just registers as two people. And it's always coming up here in lines with the Lovers, okay? And the two, yeah, the Two of Cups and the three, the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. There we go. Okay. And there's somebody standing in front of this one cup. The cup in the oh, oh, oh. Annie, Annie. You know why? Annie, shut the door. The cup in the middle. Who's the middle child? I've been trying to figure this out, and I know something because it keeps coming up, right? Okay. Allegedly. I knew it. This cup, it is something about this card. Okay. Now, okay. Who's M? M is there is no M child. M is Michael. He's Savannah's husband. Savannah's husband. They're saying that Savannah's husband and Tommaso went to the Olympics. Okay, right. He's like 20 years older than her. Oh, okay. So yeah, but we got the middle. Oh, M child. Oh, middle child. Okay, but yeah. Okay. Wow. Shut the door. I'm done. I'm telling you. Say no more. Okay? Say no more. I finally clicked when I said, okay, who is this? And it keeps coming up and the one in the middle. And man, that could have been a brick. Middle child. It's just funny how everything it's clicking, okay? Because you got the lovers. Everybody thinks the lovers is Annie and Tommaso, okay? You see what I'm saying? And it keeps coming up, and it keeps coming up, telling you the same thing over and over and over again. Now we get the lovers and we get the middle. Okay. So that's why we see all the smoke and mirrors, okay? And I'm gonna tell you something else, okay? Like I told you, they were raised out there in Arizona. They were raised. They know a lot of those streets. They know a lot of the people. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Okay, can I get thumbs up? And they know. Yeah, we know about the kidnap game. We know about the kidnap game. Okay, let's ask a question. I got one, okay? Miss Nancy, okay, I have a question. Was your death planned? Was your death, was it planned for you to die, or was it just planned for you to be kidnapped? Okay. Was there a plan? What is the kidnapping plan about? Okay. Is the kidnapping, was it what is the abduction slash kidnapping all about in your abduction? What was the kidnapping thing all about? Okay. What was it all about? 4 cards. 4 cards. What was the kidnapping you all about? What was it all about? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Okay. What was the kidnapping all about? Four cards. The Chariot. Loss of control. Okay. Lack of direction. Something happened. Didn't know what to do. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. 4 cards. Okay. 4 cards. 4 cards. Chariot in reverse. Knight of Pentacles. So let me look at the book, because it's like the Knight of Pentacles. We know Pentacles is money, okay, but this talks about steadfastness and expansion. Okay, what is this? Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Uh, okay. In the category of career and money, an investment you've made appears to be moving very slowly. Slow moving. Okay. The money. The money was moving slow. The food. Taking a risk. A new beginning. The Ace of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. Change. So something was moving too slow. It was moving too slow. So somebody took a chance. Somebody took a risk for a new beginning. okay, and put it into action, put it into manifestation like the magician, okay, for change. And in the process, there was a loss of control. Okay. Okay. That is the situation behind Nancy's abduction. Okay. They needed money, they needed it fast, and things was going too slow. Okay. So can you tell us, 4 cards, what was behind your death then? If the abduction, okay, the was to get money real quick, what was behind your death? Was it intended for you to die, or was, like you said, bad planning, loss of control? What do you want us to know? 4 cards. What can you tell us about your death? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Secrets. She had secrets. She was holding secrets. Four cards. Four cards. We have the High Priestess, 7 of Pentacles, waiting on the return in investments, waiting. Eight of Pentacles, laziness, didn't want to work, didn't want to wait, didn't want to wait. Strength, persistence, 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Somebody was very persistent, okay? And maybe trying to intimidate, okay? She wasn't going for it. They didn't want to wait, okay? They didn't want to wait. So they gave up. They gave up waiting, okay? They gave up working for it. Anyone do that, okay? And she had the secret. She knew. She knew. Now, what it is she knew, I don't know. Yep. Let's look at these pentacles. Let's give it a look. 7 and 8 of pentacles. Yeah, it talks about waiting. Okay. And then we have the 8 of pentacles reversed. So, yeah, they didn't want to work. They didn't want to, okay. They didn't want to wait for the money. Okay. These is pentacles. Okay. And it's waiting on your return in investment. And this is not wanting to work, not wanting to whatever. Apparently didn't want to wait. Okay. So they were persistent. Okay. And giving up. Okay. Persistent and giving up. Does Tommaso owe you money? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a thumbs up? Can you guys hit the thumbs up button while you're in here before you leave out? Okay. Does Tommaso Cioni and Annie owe Nancy Guthrie money? 4 cards. 4 cards. Do they owe Nancy money? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answer. Does Tommaso and Annie owe Nancy Guthrie money? 4 cards. 4 cards. Or did they owe her money? 7 of Pentacles. Waiting. Waiting. 7 of Pentacles talks about not wanting to wait. Okay. It talks about persistence paying off, patience paying off. Excuse me, I said persistence. I meant patience. Patience paying off on your return in investments. Okay. 4 cards. Did they owe you money? 4 cards. The Fool. New beginnings, opportunities, and a leap of faith. Eight of Swords. Trapped. Nine of Swords. Nightmare situation. Suffering. And the Knight of Wands. Once again, the Knight of Wands has that big old sword that doesn't look like a wand, even though you can't see the end of it. It's the Knight of Wands. Okay. Okay. So it talks about passion. Okay. It does talk about passion. The Knight of Wands being passionate. Okay. Courage and adventure. Okay. But when I do the passion with the Nine of Swords, okay, and the Eight of Swords and the Fool, it tells me that they were deep. They were stressed. Even though it's not giving me a direct answer, I have a feeling that they owed money. They may have not owed Nancy, they owed money. They were suffering, they were stressed out, they were just really just totally bummed out. And apparently they didn't want to wait. Here's the Knight of Wands. He's just waiting. I don't know if she had a promissory note. She may not have paid a promissory note, or maybe that was what. Maybe they could have took the promissory note. Periwinkle, how you know they were selling her stuff? There are no pinnacles in here, but there's knowledge, okay? There's stress, there's knowledge, okay? And there is the food. Taking a chance, okay? She knew. She knew. Okay, so where was Annie and Tommaso's money that they did get coming from? Okay. Okay. Where was the money that Annie and Tommaso did get to be in such debt? Okay. Where was this money coming from? The money that they were getting. What was it? 4 cards. What can you tell us about the money that Annie and Tommaso received? And if the Queen of Pentacles comes up, then that means they were getting it from Nancy. Okay, I'm just saying. Where were they getting money from? To pay their bills, okay? To pay their mortgage. Where was all this money coming from? Four cards. What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Four cards. Seven of Swords in reverse. Talks about vulnerability. Okay. Let's see. Seven of Swords in reverse. Ooh. The Seven of Swords in reverse talks about a plan or a strategy that isn't working. Okay. Okay, it just came to me. Were they stealing? They were trying to get away with something, getting caught. Okay. Four cards. Trying to get away with something and it wasn't working for them. Okay. My mind went blank on the Seven of Swords, okay, but now it's coming to me. That is to trying to get away with something and getting caught, okay? Judgment. Okay. In reverse. When I see judgment in reverse, it's like bad judgment, bad decisions. Okay. So this is in reverse and it talks about dishonesty, corruption, lack of accountability. Two of Pentacles in reverse. King of Wands in reverse. That's my Tommaso card. Three of Pentacles. So this talks about instability and disharmony, corruption, okay, dishonesty. And this right here is someone who is vicious, demanding, okay, just mean, okay. And this is the Three of Pentacles. This is teamwork. So he was working with somebody, or they were working with somebody, okay, to steal money, to steal. He may have gotten caught up. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised, and it's come to my mind before, okay, that especially if you're dealing in dishonesty, okay, somebody can rip you off and you can't say anything about it. You just have to take it, okay, get some more money from mother in law, okay, and try this again, okay. Okay, well, let's ask. 4 cards. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. How how did Annie and Tommaso get that house out there in Pima, Arizona? Okay. How did they get their house? What can you tell us about Annie and Tommaso's house? How did they get that house? Where did they get the money to get that house, to buy that house? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Where did they get the money? 4 cards. Where did they get the money to get that house? 4 cards. Annie and Tommaso's house. Four cards. Okay, so the high priestess, okay, in reverse is telling secrets. Okay. 4 cards. 4 cards. So hopefully this is the secret that she is going to reveal. 4 cards. It's hidden. It's hidden. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Didn't want to wait. And the Queen of Cups. And the Hangman. So they didn't want to wait. Okay. And they hid it. There's compassion and healing in the Queen of Cups. Okay. But apparently she was left out to dry. Okay. Because they saw it from a different perspective. Okay. That's how they got the money. Hiding and cheating and lying. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. Because they doing too much. Give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's going to be more. That could be true. Okay. That could be true. Okay. Bye. Okay. Don't forget, stay blessed. Bye.